gets to a certain level, she's gonna retire you. Well, so if she retired him because she have a higher earning potential, and we could have all things we want, desire, needs, and help others, why can't she give me the soft life?
But it also can apply to the males if you, while they're around the house, have your woman do it all the work. That could apply as well.
Welcome to Date, Affirm, The Real, our live podcast talking about today's relationships and its effects on us all. Please welcome our hosts, Marcus Gooden and Dom aka Junior Lee. Let's get
And here we go. All right, welcome to another episode of Data from the Real. I'm Mama Good with this is. DJ J Diggs, best in Dallas. So if you just heard her intro, that's J Diggs. He just blessed us with an intro. If you ever need an intro, beat ritual, get at DJ. Period. Follow that part. So today we're gonna talk about something that was brought to me on TikTok, and I found it kind of disturbing. And I want to say, let's see what other men have to say about this. And what better place to do it is a Stu Barbershop Cigar Lounge in Inwood, Texas, right outside here in Dallas. I've been coming here for over 2 years now. If you ever need a cigar or you ever need a cut, you can just cut and a stick. This is the spot. Truth be told, gotta give him a little credit. If I don't, I'm gonna say somebody. He's introduced. We want to like it to be for my wife. So you can see this side. You let it race. Really? Yeah. So yeah. Here. You'll be him all tonight's lounge. Excuse me. Tonight's session. So now, what I should say.
Nice topic, or today's topic is based on, is love a fantasy or for real? So we're going to be discussing that in detail. You get some different opinions, some different point of views, because we'd like to welcome you to Data from the Real with Marcus. And I am the co-host, Junior Lily, where we empower Black couples and singles to be the best version of themselves as we delve deep into the complexities of the human mind and relationships.
So, like I always tell you, these are our truth, our experiences, and our opinions. We're not professionals, but one thing we are going to be is honest and truthful. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and play this clip, and let's get to it.
See this. Y'all are going to be like, do they realize they're being recorded? They do know people can hear them, right? Especially the people they're talking about, which is the most important. Trigger warning, especially for women. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Once you know it, you can't unknow it.
We came here on this subject. I gotta ask you a question. You in love with your wife?
No, me either.
What? I don't believe in that shit anyway. It's okay. It's overrated. No. Listen, what is it? Okay, see? Now you explain that shit to me then. I had a feeling. No, I'm not in love with my wife. Wait, the door.
What are you doing? Why?
This is our 8th photo. We got married in 2016. This is year number 8. September 8th, we'll be married 8 years. No. No. Ruby B and Ozzy Davis, right? Yeah. 65 years married or something crazy, right? Yeah. So when you died, Will and Jada went over there. This is before all the Will news. Yeah. They went over there for like some type of talk, counseling talk. She knows Ruby, 80, 90. Yeah. How long you known these people? And Jada said, 20 years. You don't know. Yeah. All my relationship with my wife is a relationship with myself. I'm just discovering parts of me, bro.
we're lying to ourselves so fucking much to hold up this story or this ideal, the fantasy, without, as opposed to just really fucking dealing with what's there and accepting it. What do the best of your ability?
I understand this. Now, how do you get women to understand that? But get them to bow out of the fantasy. You get them to by you bowing out.
And my wife thinks she's in love with me, probably.
It's a buzzword. It's a concept that's been propagated that we've adopted and creates an unrealistic expectation that we look for, and when it's not present, we feel something is wrong.
Yeah, we've allowed that to condition ourselves to that concept being a governance.
And then they wonder why so many women will be the first to file for divorce. Or the classic, I don't know why she left. I thought everything was good. She just left me out of nowhere. From the horse's mouth, ladies. And then we can't unknow what we know. Woo, we cooked.
All right, so that was the clip. Now, this is brought to me. First time I was like, I heard it. I was like, what the hell? Because I heard from women, and this is disturbing to me. They will tell me, men hate women. There are men out there who hate women. And things like that, like, promotes that type of thought process in women. I don't know about y'all, but I love women.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Right.
rooted to the two.
So right currently there are 2, 4, 6 people in this space. The question first I'm gonna ask is, are they 6 people? How many are married?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That means the other 2 are not married. Now, Don, you're not currently married, but you're in a relationship, correct?
Correct. Yes.
How long have you and your lady been together?
5 years.
5 years.
Plus 6. 6 years.
Now, bro, how long are you single or are you in a relationship right now? I'm not in a relationship. So that's a single. So we actually got a whole angle posse going on.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, when you first saw that, Don, what did you think?
You got a couple of cats out here who's making a podcast to get a trigger for clicks, because you got 3 guys on camera. They do not represent the millions of guys who are doing it the right way.
They don't rep the majority.
There you go.
Okay, so what you got to say about this?
Come from me. But mind you, I've been with mine 28 years. So ain't no way you're gonna tell me I don't love women. And this goes against everything they were saying.
Yeah.
So what I see there, though, I see a generation gap. You know how things changes over the years.
Yeah.
There's these new agendas, and especially with guys, and it all bounces off on it. You see girls acting like dudes, dudes acting like girls, everything in between, which is stuff we didn't see in our generation coming up. So
Correct.
It's strange to us. Actually, we probably should have got somebody that age here with us. So another show, part 2. No, I will say I see it as a change in the generations. It's just a different way of thinking, and they can only speak for the people that they're around. They're not around the majority. There's other guys that they hang with who think the same, say the same, and because they don't branch out, they don't seek other information.
Correct.
They believe that that's all it is.
Yeah.
And I see this with my own son. Some of his comments and stuff, and I'm like, well, you wasn't raised like that. Oh, this is what I see. Is what I see. Okay, I understand it's what you see, but it ain't everything.
Yeah.
And that's a life lesson. That's besides relationships, anything else. What's in front of your face is not the whole picture. Right. You gotta be willing to get out there and look for it.
Okay, so one thing we do is we base everything we do on our experience.
Yeah.
And so his experience is your son is becoming a little bit different than what you expected you wanted to happen.
Yeah.
And it can form opinions like this.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Hold that thought real quick. Mr. Weston GQ.
I'm coming back to you.
Come back to
So we're coming. You can fit you doing.
all right.
So Jeff, Mr. Student South.
I first of all, there's a lot to unpack. I mean, you listening to these guys, and like my man Don said, these guys are trying to get clicks. They have to be.
Yeah.
Because in order to have that, in order to say that on your show, if you're in a relationship, you have to have conversed with your wife and had that conversation and told your wife, this is what we're going to talk about. For her to be okay. For her to be okay with it.
Yeah.
If they didn't have that conversation with their wife, whenever that show ended, they had problems. Relationship over. 2, the clicks. That's just clicks. People want to get clicks. You have those kinds of conversations because there's no way in the world a woman is going to get married if there's no love.
Ding, ding, whoa. Ding, ding, ding. I'm gonna disagree a little bit.
No. I'm with you. Hold on, because people get married for a lot of different reasons, but those marriages don't stay intact forever. There are some that do, but most times women want love and they want the fantasy of love. The fantasy is how love is given, not love. Love is not a fantasy.
Yeah.
Love is a real thing. The fantasy is how the love is given.
How it's
right. So you can't. There's no way that those dudes got married to the women that they got married to and said, "I'm never going to be in love with you, but I want to marry you."
You bring up a good point because that's what we're going to discuss: understanding love versus fantasy. We all grew up watching romantic gestures on screen, but do those fairy tales hold up in life, real life? Because a man here says, marry somebody, women married for love, but that reason for love, is it a romantic gesture or is it just a fairy tale? And this is something that hits home. When I was single a long time ago,
5.5 years ago. Go ahead.
5.5 plus. I was dating a female, and we went to her sister's wedding. Beautiful wedding, decked out, elegant, everything. And the immediate response after her sister got married was everybody looking at me and her like, "Oh, y'all next?" It's like, can we just enjoy the moment? But she was enamored by the beautiful wedding, so she felt nothing but it was her time, and the love and all that. So it was trying to get through the understanding of, is the fantasy of what you're seeing now, or the reality is we're going to take this next step. Fortunately, it did not work out that way, but I'm here again, so
all right.
Do it over.
So, Mr. Weston GQ, you married, my man. So,
I'm listening.
Do you think love is a fantasy, or you think it's real?
I think love is real. If you really love somebody within your heart, and you're not playing no games, it's real. If you're playing games, get into a relationship, trying to get what you can get out of it, and not physically get involved with the person you're involved with because of true love, it is a fantasy. You're not even real with yourself. So for me, I've been married for 12 years,
Okay.
And I see women all the time. It's easy to go out there and have a lot of women. But to find that one person that you can grow with, have a family with, spend your happy days with, that's what I was looking for. Yeah. So it's not a fantasy, it's real. It's another person that's joining your family.
You know, I have 4 brothers. My mom and dad, they're still there. We're super tight. But adding another person to my life, you know, and holy matrimony is real for me. So I don't know what fantasy love is all about. You know, it's real for me.
All right, so everybody in here, I think, agrees that love is real, and the clip showed something that is, like I said, it was a clickbait maybe, or they might believe it because that's what you back to your point, what you were saying, Jeff. Yeah, they could be married. They're probably married, and if the wife sees it,
all 3 of them are married.
or so they're married, right? All 3 of them see, and their wife sees it, but. Them type of person, I think them type of guys possibly have picked women that have some women with low self-esteem and who don't care or they can't handle a real man.
But even a woman with low self-esteem wants to be loved.
But do they know what love is?
Maybe
No,
not.
that's a good question.
That's a good question.
You start getting to the, because you hear those talks all the time about, people fall in love with the idea of being in love. It's what they believe it is. They really don't know it, and it takes time to know that. Like I said, I've been with my wife 28 years, and I can tell you, in the first 10, I was still figuring it out. Only thing I did know was like, okay, she's good enough for me for what I need right now. But any given moment in time, had things gone the wrong way, I could have been out, and I'd have had no second thoughts about it. And no, that's just the man in me. So, and even now, I still learn things about her, new stuff about her, and just my personal thing. I'm curious. I found something that's been good this long. What will I get now? And I got more stuff I can find out about. For me, that's how my love works. If I want to stay with you, I get more and more curious. I want to do more things with you. I want to figure more and more stuff out. For me, things you ain't in love with, you don't care about, it's just whatever. Whether it's people, things, whatever. You have a genuine love for it, where you don't mind stepping outside of what you would normally do, to perform this action or to love this person or to take on these new things with somebody. That's a real love. Mm-hmm. You feel a need for it. You don't have to have it, but you're gonna get it anyway. We want it anyway.
In the vows, they say for better or for worse.
Yeah.
So there are going to be. That means that there are going to be bad days and there are going to be good days. So you don't just bounce because you learn something new about the person. Because when you get, let's look outside of marriage. When you go to school with a guy or with a girl. But we all fellas in here, we've been knowing each other for a while. I just met you. Yes. But we've been knowing each other for a while. And if you're a good dude or a good person, I do this to him all the time. I do it to Diggs. I do it to you. I'm going to say something to you that you might not like. And I'm going to tell you the truth about yourself. And you might not like it, but your friends are supposed to be able to do that.
That part.
But you don't stop being my friend because you didn't like what the hell I said. Right. We remain friends. No, and in fact,
it's because we know we got something more valuable outside of that.
Outside the comment. Yeah.
Same thing in a household with a woman.
Yeah.
She may act a certain way or whatnot, but if you already feel like she's worth it and this is something you can live through or work with her to make it better, you're gonna stay and do it.
Yeah.
If you really didn't give a damn in the first place, you'd have been out.
I like that. I like that point. One of the things that men, or at least I'm gonna say man because I'm gonna speak for myself right now. One of the reasons I know that's my love forever, what I'm willing to change, compromise, and do for our happiness, and accept what she does, like change and her ways for me. And we do it with happiness, not with resistance. All right, babe, I got you. I'll try. Work with me. And the grace I give her when she's doing something I don't like. And it's another crazy point. I make this point all the time. The shit other women did, I didn't like, and I got rid of them for her. And she do something like that. I'm like, cool, baby, I don't care. Because I love you.
My love is a great forgiver.
Yeah.
It's a great understander. It's like
that's what unconditional is.
That's okay. That's
what
unconditional.
Unconditional is. Whatever she does that you don't like, that might have reminded you of what somebody else did, that's a whole different person.
Yeah.
And whoever did it before, you probably already didn't even like them.
Yeah.
And then they did something, you're like, you know what? I don't like you anyway. I'll let you later.
No, you had it in your heart, right? And it's just ain't even worth it for me to do. I don't like you that much to want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you go somebody else, and this is one thing, and I talk to a lot of my family about this too when they're talking about love. I'm like, well, one thing about love is, like you said, it's unconditional, but there's really no thought to it. I shouldn't have to think about the ways I love you. I've had this in the past, girl. Well, what do you love about me? First off, I don't love you. Stop right there, huh? No, but if I was in love with you, it wouldn't be easy for me to explain. That means I'm thinking about it all the time. I'm trying to always think of ways that I need to know that I love you. Like my wife right now, I could probably describe 1,000,001 ways, but I wouldn't know where to start. And I shouldn't know where to start. I should just know that, regardless of what's going on, I got her. And that's all I need. I don't need to explain it. I shouldn't have to come up with a dictionary of why.
Well, man, Yanks bring up a good point here because just reflecting back on my past experiences, love is a feeling. And you can meet somebody and that feeling can be there, and then you can be with someone else and it feels like an act. Well, let me do something for her to make it show that I love her, but I'm not in love with her. Then you can meet someone that's like head over heels, and you are in love. That feeling you got, you fly like butterflies. You just tiptoeing all through the house. It's kind of hard to describe. Because you can't explain it, but when it's there, right?
Love is like a sixth sense. It's just there. We hear, we see, we know, we smell, taste. Hey, I love it.
Yeah.
I say it all the time.
But also, for me, love is an action word. A lot of people say I love you because of how they feel, but there's no action behind it. So
that's a great point.
So if you really love somebody, and I had to go through this myself. I'm me. I'm an artistic guy, and if you bring up love versus fantasy, I can see how fantasy plays a role in love because it's almost like a Romeo and Juliet story. You want your relationship to be something, that you've created in your mind. So you create these. I do. I can't speak for everybody. I create these images and these thoughts of how I would love for my relationship to be. Well, these are my thoughts. My wife might not like it. You know what I'm saying? But they're mine. So what I had to struggle with in my relationship with my wife is that I expect her to do everything that I like to do or I want to do. If I do it for you, I expect for you to do it for me. But my wife, even though I do it for my wife, she might not return the favor. She might not, that's not what I do. I used to get mad about it. But like Jeff said, my man said right here, it's about understanding who you're with. Even though you're willing to give or lay down certain things for her, you got to understand if she's not able to, or if this is not what she wants to do, you can't get mad. And then if you do, you'll start talking like those guys. You'll start talking behind the back, saying, I don't love her, I don't want to do this, and it's just a fantasy because they don't understand that when you truly love somebody, it's about sacrificing yourself and willing to give up yourself for what she wants.
Right. The biggest descriptive word for love is sacrifice.
Yes.
That's the biggest descriptive word you can use to describe love. Sacrifice. Biblically, Jesus died on the cross. He sacrificed himself to save the church. And that's what men are supposed to do the Bible says for to die to yourself, which means you don't even exist in this. If you find a wife and you marry her, it ain't about what she does. It's about what you do for her, because you brought her into your life. She didn't ask to be here. You brought her into your life, so you got to die and sacrifice all of the other stuff that you would do. And when you make that sacrifice, that's showing her love. So when the dude said, he's still trying to figure himself out, that's selfish. Yeah, that's selfish. I'm still trying to figure myself out.
So that part right there, let's stop right there. One of the things we like to talk about is before you get in a relationship, figure yourself out. Because I'm gonna blame this on men. What we do a lot of times, women do it too, but this is men right here. When we're fucked up, we will fuck a woman up.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
We will fuck a woman up.
Run through like,
And yeah, because when we're hurt, we pass the hurt on to a woman. Now we just start a cycle of hurt. Take time to fix yourself.
Yeah.
Somebody say take time to heal. Let's go ahead and stop. Maybe I don't need to mess with women for a little bit. Let me chill out.
Even to go a step further than that.
Talk.
Even if you ain't fixed, know that you fucked up. Admit it. No, put that out on any woman you meet. Put that out there. Hey, I tend to do this. I tend to do that. If she digging you, like you just said, if she digging you and she wanna hang with you, she feel like she can do something for you. She gonna hang around. No, I was the same way, and me and my wife we did this, and this is something I got from my dad. He was like, well, no, you still young. You don't know yourself yet. Before you go messing up this girl's life, you need to figure you out. He's like, y'all gonna try and do this? He said this. I said, I'm gonna give you my 10-year plan. He said, y'all go ahead and date for 4 years. Then y'all go ahead and live together for 4 years. If you can get through them 8 damn years, everything else, is just natural. You don't get married or you ain't doing nothing now but letting the government know. That's all that is.
Yeah.
putting it on paper.
But in that time, because any of us who moved in with a woman, those first few years, the first time you move in, we're like, damn, what she do? She don't do that. She's saying the same thing about your ass. But if you find it's worth it, she complain about it. You might complain back, but you end up go clean it up or doing what you're supposed to do.
Put that seat down.
Yeah, exactly.
But sometimes, to me, admittance when I was a lot younger, it's a scary thing to do, especially to a woman. When you start showing your hand, showing what your weaknesses are, a lot of women take advantage of that. So when I was growing up, my brother and I, we was taught different from that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a coach or a leader. When you kind of show the people that you're leading your feminine side or your weak side, they seem to stop following.
The vulnerability that comes into place.
Yeah. So it's like I guess an invisible game for a man. You just got to see your way through it. Use your instincts and understand who you are, knowing yourself and your ability. That you are a godly man, a God man, that you are a leader, right? And a lot of women, they want that same, that same position. So I had to tell my wife a lot. This I have a position, and so do you. So my position is to lead you, to nurture you, to guide you, to lead us, right? And a good woman, if you have a good man, would naturally want to follow, not want to take the control. A lot of women do that. They will try and take the control. So
it just kind of depends on what type of control you let them take. Like, and again, I speak from my experience, my situation. Anybody in my household will tell you I'm the head of this family. Period. My wife is my neck. I'm gonna make the final decision. She's let me know what I need to look at. She's gonna move me in the right direction. But I'm gonna look in every direction before a decision is made. And at the same time, out of respect for her, I'm saying, okay, look, this is what I want to do. Here's the details behind it. This is the direction I believe we should move in. And sometimes she'll agree, sometimes she won't, but she already knows what's going to go on. It's not to say that I just tell her what's going to happen. I got to have her input so I can make the correct decision. But the decision is going to be mine on the tail end. And I accept that responsibility because I got 3 other lives, or 5 if you include the dogs. I got these other lives. I got to make these. I'm making these decisions for. I'm the last decider, but I need to know the details. Yeah. So that's why I rely on her because I know she's looking and she has an emotional reaction to it, and she's going to tell me how she feels and everything that it could affect. Okay, and I can't have it. I can't make a move, and you ain't feeling the move. Now that means I'm pushing you away from me. So give me the details, how you feel. Let me put us in the best position that I can. And we're respected. We feed off each other like that. Like I said, I'm gonna make the final and she can move ahead, but I'm gonna have that last say.
And in addition to that, what you're saying, what I also found out is that love never dies; it grows.
No, exactly.
Sometimes like when you get married, some people just stay the same. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. That's it. And this is forever. It don't look like that.
They're the ones that get dull and they get tired of each other. Or you don't do this, or you don't do this.
Yeah. It's forever changing. Like I'm changing. And I have to change. Everything has to change.
So you bring up a good point. So think of flowers. What's the most influential flower when it comes to love?
Rose.
A rose. Yeah. For a rose to grow, you have to have nutrients in the soil. Mm-hmm. Even the soil wears out. You have to do things with your body. The soil. For that flower to grow, you have to keep cultivating it.
That's right.
So I'm one of the things I do learn is
you get off the rose now.
No, stay with the rose. Okay.
You said it all, and yeah, one of the most beautiful flowers. It represents love, and you got to nurture it and everything else. Roses also have thorns.
Yeah, buddy.
Roses also have thorns. You have thorns around them. And you gotta be willing to pick those thorns off and then present that flower.
Right on.
Again, so in your relationship, that's what the hard part is.
Right. So, with that being said, these guys have got life messed up and it's making it bad for a lot of men. So, this is my bonus question to you, Don. My one co-host.
Go ahead.
If those 3 men are right here, right now, what would you say to them?
I would ask them, the question is, what philosophy are you following to come up with this fantasy love scenario? Because if you're true to your heart, you want to be single, which is what it sounds like, then you do not need to be in a serious relationship because you're living in a fantasy world in which you think I can get everything that I want without leaving anything behind. That's one-sided conversation. You cannot be in the love of an idea without providing something of substance. Saying that I'm not in love with my woman, you're single then. Just be a player. Just do that. You don't need to be in a relationship.
And be honest with women.
And be honest.
You have to be
up front. Hey, I don't love you, so we do anything, boom, this is what it is. Don't expect anything in return. Leave $200 on the table.
Now, with these men, guess what? If them women leave them, they'll be the one crying and, like I say, sucking their damn thumb.
Sucking their
thumb, looking lonely because the woman left them.
Singing that 2 a.m. text. What you doing?
What you doing?
Trying to get to.
Because any man who been in any type of relationship been involved up some way, somehow, over at least one woman in their life.
Oh yeah.
That broke up with. Excuse me, sir. What's your name, man?
My name is Jerry.
Jerry, are you single, married, or in a relationship? What you got?
I'm single, Chief.
Chief, let me ask you a question. You mind ask you a question? Do you believe in love?
I believe in love at a certain extent.
There we go. Let's explain it, man.
So it's an extent. So let's let them know this is a podcast. We're just recording right now, but this is one of the topics we're talking about is love, and we don't want the man's point of view because we need to express our side.
Well, I feel like I say, at a certain extent, like let's say if the love ain't equal, if I feel less than the other person, I can't say I it can go vice versa. But I'll just say like, depending on how I feel about that person, how I want to put in, if I see that equality, that love can grow.
What y'all say about that, Mr. DJ?
No, I agree with that. But again, from us all being different, our limits will be different. So where he said he needed equal, I may not need equal. I may feel like I need to give a little more. And this just depends on who the woman is herself. So it can change depending on the situation.
So yes, but I think we have to understand that what equal to me may not be equal to them. What they think is good equal, you may think less equal. But when I think the emotional, when you're in love with somebody, you tend to understand what's going on. If you're and she knows what I'm putting my all in. So Don, Mr. GQ said, action.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things I notice about men. We're action verbs.
Yes, we are.
What's the action word? That's a verb, right?
Yeah.
We're a verb.
Run.
Run, jump. And we're gonna run, jump, and everything for this woman, right?
Natural problem. So problems comes up, we want to jump in and solve. We ain't thinking about it. We have no emotional problem. We're trying to get the problem solved so we can get back to smooth sailing.
But we talked about that.
Last
week. So we want to solve the problem, but yet at the same time, we have to understand that what the problem is. But the woman sometimes doesn't want the problem solved. She just wants an ear.
And that's where I say, get to know that person. Yeah. If you know she just run her mouth, She needs somebody to blow off the steam to. Okay, I ain't really got to, sit here and listen. And you probably half listen. She just want to be able to say what she got to say and be like, you right, okay. You ain't got to put no detail in it. Okay.
And that's like that's a problem for me. Just knowing who this is listening. We just chill out. Not when we jump in. I'm still working on that. I'll make that clear. I'm getting better, especially after last week. You didn't get to say
that's those lifestyle. You get to the root of what it is you need to do and what you need to offer.
I ain't a male prostitute no more.
Well, I like to go back to the man's video over here. He brought up a good point when he says that if he feels like the love is not equivalent, he may not reciprocate it the same. Because if you think about this, what is the most value in a relationship? Some people say chemistry, some people say connection to reach that love, right? If you have great chemistry, you move a certain way, I'm picking up what you're dropping. But then if there is a connection, is that connection love? Is it just you just want to be with somebody? Because the man said here, if you're not feeling what you're giving, then he may not be able to reciprocate what you want.
It's kind of the same chemistry or connection. A good chemistry is going to mix and bond well. So if it doesn't, you have no connection. So you may get a little bit of it. It's oil and water.
So you think about it.
How much oil and how much water?
You look at shows like you got Hallmark Channel, you got February 14th, you got all these things that plays on a woman's emotion. Therefore, her expectation is, if you love me, I want you to do these actions without even saying it. And if you don't even do a minute of that action, you don't love me. We have to take that into consideration. Not that it always applies, but we have to take into consideration because you may be like, I'm not going to buy into the February 14th thing. But if you don't buy into it, she may say, you don't love me. Where are my flowers?
So this is now.
Before you get into the love thing, you should have let her know that ain't what you do. Exactly. I don't do Valentine's Day. There you go.
So this is the understanding that you have.
You already know that. You already expressed that.
Yeah, we got to understand it. Two, when you thought the name of Hallmark Channel, and also, I'm so thankful you say like Snap, Next 48 or First 48. Because you know you
watching all that. Yeah, Netflix, man. You come home, you like, man.
Every your Kool-Aid.
You say just in case.
What you in there doing?
Yeah.
One episode 3, season 4.
One of the most valuable things that was taught to me about a year ago by my dear friend Kevin Frank, and he taught me about staying on your square. And what that means is, a lot of times, my first impact is on the love tip, not hate.
Okay.
So I'm always careful about what I say. So I try to say the right thing and I mean well.
Good.
But if I mean well and my wife takes it the wrong way and she takes it with an insult and come back to me and make me feel a different way, in the past I would get mad and go there with her.
I got you.
But now, in the back of my mind, I stay on my square. You know what I'm saying? I just keep the love. Even though she's trying to take it in a different direction, I bring it back into love.
Squashing the
I try to squash it. I do my best. Even though I may not win it, the conversation right then, but if I stay on my square, she'll come back around and fall in line.
So as a man, you knew enough of what the problem was.
Yeah.
And you said, I need to solve it. It wasn't anything you really had to physically go out and do. It's like, okay, I know this woman enough. I've taken enough attention to her. She's worth it for me to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring it back around full circle because what we're doing it ain't working.
Yeah.
Let's get back to where we do that.
Yeah.
Get the problem solved. Just take notes. So get the problem solved.
You don't have to win an argument. Yeah.
So sometimes losing an argument makes you win automatically.
Yeah.
So one of the things my wife says to me is, it's not about who was right, who was wrong. It's about getting to the resolution.
Right. That's it.
And because a lot of times I'm like, hey, you're right, babe. You're right. Because I listen to her.
Because it sounds like you just trying to push her off just to.
Oh, yeah, I got that.
Right.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I got that response.
No discussion. You're not going to say
You
that?
just don't want to talk to me, huh? You just want to pull it off. No, it's not.
Yeah, I got that response.
I'm listening, right?
No, we all want to.
We'll talk about, you can be sitting there and you don't say nothing. It's like, well, you're listening, but you don't provide a response. Then are you actually listening? Or I'm letting you talk to get it out. Then, and you don't want me to fix it. So I'm listening. And it's like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and swallow this.
Situations like that, like me and my wife, we do it all the time. She'll come home, she'll talk about work. I'll come home talking about work, and we'll go back and forth. But sometimes it's a little bit worse on her, so I'll listen. I throw a question in here, something relevant to what she's at. It doesn't mean I'm not paying attention. I don't care.
Yeah.
Now I want her to know. Yeah, I do understand. I hear everything you said. I'll throw those questions in there and let her respond back to me. And she'll get to the point where I don't know what to do. Now, if I was you, and then now I'll tell her. No, I understand what you're saying. It was this. Now, if she's wrong in the situation, I'll ask questions around it. I won't just flat out say you're wrong. Now I'm trying to do Jedi mind tricks. Remind me not to tell her not to watch this. But I started doing Jedi mind tricks.
You like you're the fourth man in a 3-man panel now.
No, I mean she knows, right? And I tell her that too. I'm like, no, I see what you go through. I understand it. And sometimes when I try and explain it back to you, she's showing her emotions. I can't. It just sounds like I'm being against her.
Yeah. So
I'll pull back some. Let her calm down and just speak my way back into it to where she sees it and offer suggestion. And I tell them, like, sometimes you gotta take the emotion out of it, especially talking about work or something like that.
Yeah.
You gotta pull
take the emotion out of the business.
Right.
Situation, and you have to look at it as
so it depends on what it is what she's in for you to solve. All the time they ain't always actionable. Sometimes you gotta lose the argument. But we're content. We can lose the argument. We can lose the argument and sit back and chill and still be honest.
Yeah.
Right.
We're just happy that the household is back where it should be.
All right, so I like this episode, and it's a lot in depth. I know we kind of didn't dive deep into that, and it took a turn, but I like this because not often do a lot of people see men talking in a positive light. Everybody here believes in love.
Yes,
so
sir.
that contradicts that whole panel.
Yeah.
That the original topic was about.
Or even talking about love.
Talking about love.
Yeah.
And it was genuine. Well, one thing I want to put out there, I want ladies, men they like to say they want to be the verb, they want to be about action. We understand, and I'm learning to understand that I have to express my love other ways than just in action. Because I need to let you know how I feel other than action. I know you need to see it. Like men sometimes want women to do certain things. Just show me. Because words don't mean shit without action behind it. A car don't go without gas. And I just want to appreciate you gentlemen. My man, I know you came in late. That what you said was, I love it. It's your truth and how you expressing it. And I like that point of view. Because you want it, that's what you look for reciprocation.
Love don't have no reciprocation. You can't expect anything in return.
Okay, put me right now.
When you give. So giving in love, you're giving from your heart.
Okay.
And
yes.
when you're in love with somebody, or just love people. And when I do stuff, I don't do stuff in return to get something in return. I do it, and whatever comes back. If you're doing something for the person that you love, you're doing it from the kindness of your heart.
You love from your heart.
Because you love from your heart. If you're doing it with something in return, that's paying for what it is that you want.
You set yourself up.
You set yourself up.
Yeah. So I like what you said. You just set me straight in how because one of the things I do is say shit wrong, and that's detrimental in a relationship.
Right. Yeah. So
because we as being act the verb, right? We want to do everything by showing you or doing this. Yeah. Hell, go give me just take down the basics. Go give. I'm all right. I'm on some gas in the car. Oh, babe, I'm about to go fix your shit. Or, babe, I'm about to, I'm gonna take care of the kitchen. Or the stove is broke. I'm gonna take care of this. Or you come home and say, this don't work. All right, I'm gonna take care of it. That's the male love language in a lot of times. And that's how my biggest way of showing I love you by me jumping action. But like last conversation is, I gotta do more.
Yeah. I said expand your action.
You gotta do more. You gotta do more, and you gotta not expect. You gotta not expect. The one thing that women do is when you give them something, they double it. They can double it. There was a guy said that on YouTube, but they double it. What you give a woman, what she gives back is 3 or 4 times more than what you gave. Like fixing the stove. The stove is broke, and you fix the stove. She gonna say, "My baby fixed the stove," and she gonna cook.
Got a hot meal.
You got a hot meal. Come on, we know. We know you like to eat. But it's not always true in every aspect. The point is that you gotta give something because that's just what you do.
Yeah.
Not give and want something in return. Because what are we buying here? Are we buying love? Because if we're buying love, then we should just all quit.
Yeah, I tell you, there's some wisdom going on. This
yeah. If you want to follow some wisdom,
oh man, I'm a good listener. Hey.
You fucking your newlywed.
Okay. All right.
Once again, it's one of my clients. It's the DJ again. So,
oh yeah.
But it's not. You can't expect to get something in return every time you give. Because if you do, you'll be broke.
Yeah.
Your heart will be broke. Your pockets will be broke.
Yeah.
Everything you do will be in vain. Your relationship gonna be broke. You just give. Just do. If you're gonna do something, just do. You go buy your wife something. Hey babe, I bought you this because I was thinking about you. I was at the mall and I was buying something for myself, and I thought that you would look nice.
Mm-hmm. And if that's your style, like
if that's your style,
buy something like, hey, I got something for you in there, and I'm gonna walk away. I ain't gonna say nothing else. She's like, oh, that's cool. Like I know you don't like this.
Yeah.
But you also come to understanding how your wife works. How does she operate? Her love language. She may once you just tell her, I love you more, she may not care about the gift. It's when we like to say, you took 10 years to somewhat in the same way, because because we're all evolving. What I like last year, what she like last year, we had to go for this year. Her favorite color is purple. Now last year, she was rocking the pink.
And that's why I said, don't expand what you do. Fix your stove knows that that's going to be regular. It's just going to be expected. You're going to do it regardless of what's going on. And just give you an example. Like, I talk about with my wife, we talk about the job. She come home, job this, job that. I just need to relax. Hey, we'll go to Seattle this weekend. This weekend. Leave Thursday, come back Monday. Okay. And we just did that. Just get away. Just out of the blue. Just anything. Right. Like I said, expand it. But again, based off of, letting her know that you listening, because she may not come out and say, I need vacation, or I need time off, or I need to go, hang out with the girl. She may not say it. Go ahead and get to whatever. Don't do this. Now, I'll be right there at the house. I ain't going to do nothing.
Now back to this. Is it also our position as a leader to give her that safety to say that I need to take I need to hang with the girl, and her feel comfortable saying it, no matter without any consequences or repercussions.
That's called security.
Yeah.
It's called security.
What does a man provide?
Yeah, security.
All right.
Yeah, so if she need to get away and you don't feel like getting away, hey baby, here, I bought this ticket, go ahead and get away, go relax. I got everything here. Take care of that. Or hey, we're going to Seattle, pack your stuff, let's go. And we both gonna get away. You know what? I need one too. And you're not doing it. I listen to dudes talk. Sometimes, man, they be like, man, I be trying to get rid of my wife, man, blah 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 blah. And be lying. Don't make up a lie to sound cool around your guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you're trying to sound cool around your guy, man. I told my wife, man, shit, I sent her to the DR by herself so she can go with her girls or whatever, man. I just needed a break. Yeah, come on, man. You sound like she a bird. Yeah. That makes it sound like she a bird. Yeah. And then if you say that to her, because you can't say that to her, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and send you all on off, baby. You want to take a trip? Yeah, I need to get you. I need to go. And then she sound like her response is gonna be, oh, so you trying to get rid of me?
Okay, so let me ask you this though. I like that, but I want to be able to have a relationship with a wife, and my wife can say, "Hey, I need a break from you by myself for a day. It's a me time. So me time. Okay. She should be able to understand that. Yeah. But I understand you need to present it in a certain way that it doesn't seem negative.
Right.
So okay, I know I just stepped in, but I know you trying to do it, but I'm seasoned a little bit, and I like what you said with the key is the love language. Our love languages are typically different. I think you guys have all heard the 5 love languages. And, they're what? Acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, physical touch, right? Yeah. I think the key is to understand what my love language is, right? And that's what you do it from. It's not necessarily, you'd be surprised, most women are about quality time. Now you guys, I'm going to use the gold diggers, they like gifts. Men, we're words of affirmation. And probably touch would be the average love language for a man, right? We don't necessarily want to give us anything other than the bedroom time, but it's like you come, hey, I need some me time. It's okay to ask for that, but that should be a discussion. Because when you go and you're in conflict, and I just need some me time. Well, she goes kind of draw back like, what? You trying to go over? Am I burdened now? Is there an issue? Right? I think if you're having these monthly, weekly, quarterly reset conversations, hey, baby, where we at? How you feel? Because you can't assume. I think what we do, we assume everything is good, the bills are paid, the house is good, this and that. We sat down with our girl and said, hey, do you need anything else? Are we good? Or am I doing too much here? Am I not doing enough there? Like that assertion. Don't assume. And I'll go together. I'll go another bit. It's just like men and success, right? We think we understand what we're wrong in sex. We think it's all about the pound, house town, whatever. But have we sat down and said, babe, we got this ego, we think we're doing that. And he bottomed it out, and she's sitting there like, yeah, that ain't what broke my boat, right?
Yeah.
But are we brave enough to sit down and say, hey, what adjustments can I make? Okay. And let me tell you guys, and now say this and I'm gonna shut up. Another thing about this, like my modus operandi is I want to try to outserve my girl. Okay, and it's unconditional, right? And when we think, as a breadwinner, all we gotta do is go make money, come up, put our feet up. They got the laundry, the cook, the dishes, and all this other shit. Dude, there's nothing in my household I just beneath me. I cook, I fold clothes, I do laundry, I take her dry cleaning, I go to the grocery store if she needs me to. Dude, it blows their mind when you're out serving them. Yeah. Right? And so then when you do want to come up and say, hey, me and the boys going on a golf trip, she's like, hey, you deserve it. Sure. Have fun. Right? Right. And the other thing is like in relationships, I don't get totally biblical, but it's conflict. God puts conflict in relationships by design because it keeps us humble, right? And you just imagine if you went through a life with no conflict.
Conflict promotes growth.
Yes.
So you run into a brick wall.
If you address it, yes.
You're running to this brick wall. Yeah. I have to address this wall if I want to get on the other side.
Exactly.
I need to understand what it is, what I need to do to go over, around, or through, or under.
Builds character.
Yeah. So and then also in us as men, we want to work because we know we need our goal is to be on the side of that wall. Yeah. Regardless of what it is. Your woman can be that wall, your job can be that wall, anything can be that wall. That's how we're built. And like these dudes that was on this podcast, they weren't built. Those cats on there, they haven't had to go through it. They haven't had to have the experiences. Like I said, we're a little bit older. That's what the first thing I said is a generation gap. We come from struggle. We've seen that with our parents and our grandparents right there. These new cats out here, they haven't struggled.
No. It's not just a struggle. It's you have to have some type of mentor to teach you when you're failing at something, like the man said earlier. Because if you don't know how to love, somebody needs to teach you how to love. Yeah. If you're just a young cat out here wilding out and you meet a female and you get married and like you said, I don't love my wife. No one has never taught you love. So what you can't expect somebody to know love if they've never been taught. Yep. Somebody can sit you down in the corner and say, look, man, you do it the wrong way. This is how you do it. And you start at a young age. You don't start when you're 25 because you're already hot headed. They ain't gonna try to listen.
That's why stuff like this exists, though. So because based on what we're saying, it's kind of not their fault. I was about to bring that point up. It's kind of not there. Somewhere along the lines, I don't want to say somebody failed them, but they didn't receive the education and love or be a man that like we've received. Because you can see it in all of us here. We've gone through it. We know the ups and downs, all the different likes and stories and everything else. These cats didn't receive that, and this is why they are the way they are now.
And at the very least, they didn't see the positive example.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, all right, so I'm wrapping something in a minute, but one of the things I did love about us, too, it is a man. When women come in, but it's a man shop. We teach it here. We have open discussion, and we try to stop that gap in between jackass shit and man shit. It's like that. We want to bridge that gap. We want to bring less jackass, more man.
Right.
And we have to do that even to the 25-year-olds because they're never too old to learn.
They're gonna learn.
We have to teach them how to bounce back from mistakes. Even as a leader of a household, we're gonna make mistakes. So by part of being a leader is what? Accepting the consequences of your mistake. Own that shit.
You can bounce back, you correct it. You have to own it.
Accountability.
Accountability. So, come talk to me, Miss OG.
In response to those guys, not a defense, but in response. This is my second man. I was married for 22 years, and the marriage started out great. Started out great, but it ended up just like that. I found myself talking negative.
Sorry.
I found myself talking, like I was saying, I was married for 22 years. It started out great, good friends, but it ended up just like those guys. I found myself in groups talking about how unhappy I was. I was saying negative things about my wife, things I wanted out of it. So I thought. And like you said, once the lady found out, I was like trying to keep my marriage together, but it ended. Right? So what I'm saying is, those guys that are talking like that, they're on their way out. They on their way out. But I'm pretty sure when they first got married, they weren't talking like that. They were talking like we are. You know what I'm saying? How much what love is, how real love is. But we didn't start divorce, we're not gonna end it. It's out there, people go through it every day. Those guys that are talking like that, they are definitely on their way out. You know what I'm saying? Of the marriage that they're in right now. So words are so powerful, you have to watch what you say. You have to watch what you say.
Just like someone that said they used to be with mentor, I think that I'm huge on that. And I'm in a mentor coach program. I have a professional coach, and you need that other person. That other person is not a best friend, not a family member, but it's somebody of stature, credibility that will hold you accountable and write you in the right direction, right? And Campbell, you talk about love. Like love is a choice. It's not a. People think it's a feeling. That what you're feeling is lust. Love is a choice. You choose to love somebody. Okay, and then once you understand that and all the components that it takes, then you just have to govern yourself. It's effort. It is absolutely effort. You have to be intentional. Okay, and you just can't just go around and just think it's just kind of wake up every day and have this feeling and you think it's love.
We discussed that earlier. At the root of love, we describe love as a sixth sense. It's there. You choose. You don't have a choice, but there's something in you where, just like you hear, you got to hear the noise. You love you. I just gotta love you. This person, I'm just gonna do it. Well, I wouldn't have done it for anybody else. For you, it's just natural for you to go ahead and check in the light on that thing fixed.
And I think love is also evolution. How we love and how we look at love is always is evolving. Because every day I get older, I evolve. Every day she get older, she evolves.
We just said that. We said that in a relationship, you need change in order to keep it fresh. You can't just sit and be the same. So that means directly related to evolution. We grow. We can become more godly.
If you stay the same in life, you're not learning. You're not progressing. You're not progressing. If you stay the same in a relationship, you're not learning. Because everybody changes. Tomorrow, when we wake up, we're gonna be different. We ain't gonna be the same person we was yesterday. So you got to know that. She got to know that, and still be able to move forward.
And just like you were saying, your wife tried to call it one point was purple. Well, 2 years later, you may have developed a different chick, and you still are buying her purple. And she's like, no, thank you, but I like green now. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you ask me? It's that conversation.
That was last week's episode.
Yes. Was it? Okay. Yeah.
You
assuming.
You gentlemen don't know me, and this is my first time being here. And I've seen videos from my buddy D Rich, my brother D Rich. One thing that you guys said was very interesting. I think for the most part, I think if you're a black man of a certain age, you've been in the church and you've heard a lot of the teachings of the Bible.
Yes.
But one of the things that the Bible says, the plans fail because of lack of counsel. Right? And so, and I tell my sons that, D Rich has been cutting their hair since, one's 26 and the other one's just turned 21. But one of the main things that I tell them dudes all the time, I said, you can ask anybody a question. There's very few people that don't have an opinion about what you ask. But counsel is only counsel if, number one, they know
as much or more than you do and have been there, right? You can't go to somebody and ask them about something and they don't know nothing about it, right? And so that counsel has to be, it's only counsel. It's only counsel if that person knows the situation that you're in and has something that can positively impact the direction that you're trying to go.
Right. And/or it's okay for that counsel, that mentor to say, I haven't been there, I don't understand it, but let's go figure it out.
But that's different.
Yeah.
That's being a friend. That's being a, it's almost like, my wife is saying something about, has nothing to do with this, but she mentioned, well, I gave my money to something and they said they were going to, give it back to me. Well, they didn't. I said, they should have told you that it was a donation. You would have received it differently. You would have still given because she has a giving heart, right? But how you receive it is going to be different, right? And so when you go in and say, you can ask me about anything. Say, hey, this is my profession. I can sit here and listen, right? I can be a listening ear. But am I counsel if I don't know where you're coming from? I can be here. Sometimes for us men, sometimes all it takes is just somebody to be there to listen to what we have to say, right? So sometimes it can be more than just, a listening ear, but that wise counsel, again, I go back to wise counsel. Those two words are important because it doesn't matter if you just, and I tell my son sometimes, I say, do you want me to just listen to what you're saying? You want me to just sit here? Or you want me to give you advice after? He said, sometimes, Dad, I just want you to be okay. I just sit here, listen to you, go off things, do your thing, and then I'll be like, oh, you okay? I'm all right. And then he can walk away. Right.
I'm gonna use that for my wife. Want me to listen?
Always. You ask the question up front, therefore you set the blueprint of how you're going to respond and not just sitting there and not saying nothing.
Right.
You get more trouble for not saying nothing.
Because sometimes us as men, we want to solve the problem. Yep. We want to come to, okay, you come to me, you telling me this. I thought you wanted me to solve the problem. Yeah. Well, a lot of times they just want us to listen. And it ain't just women either, right? Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you, me and this brother have been through many things. And we went through a similar situation at the same exact time. Exactly. When he was going through it with his ex, I was going through it with mine. And so we, there were times when I didn't know what to say to him. There were times when he didn't know what to say to me. But we was there for each other, right? Yeah. And so I could listen to him, I'll be like, yeah, man, I hear you. But we were going through the same thing at the same time.
So, brother, I relate. Just like you sitting in that barber chair right now, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, enough said. Enough said. So, one thing I want to point out to you guys is, how you say if you talk to your son, I think that's admirable. And one of the best things about being a man is to be able to talk to your son. My dad was an influential person in my life. I still right now do things like, damn, that's my dad. I find him and me every day. So I appreciate y'all teaching sons and next generation. Two words that came up a lot today: action and unconditional. So ladies, I want you to know that men have the capacity to love you unconditionally, and we will jump through anything for you. And we are learning to evolve with love as we evolve to make life super for you, not just physically, but mainly emotionally. We're trying to. Me personally, I'm learning to love you in the way that you need to be loved. I'm not trying to love you to how I think you need to be loved. Yep. So, real quick, Jeff, I want you to step around the camera, tell everybody who you are, and give me some last words from you, sir.
All right. We're gonna keep this
right there.
I'm gonna keep this on topic. So over the years I've learned what love is and had to learn what love is and understanding that love is a sacrifice. You can't be selfish in love. You can't be. You can't think about yourself. It's off of you, and it's on to the person that you're with. So let's not be selfish. I'm going to keep it at that. Let's not be selfish in your love, and understand that it is a sacrifice all day, every day. Even when you're mad, even when you don't feel like doing it, it's a sacrifice. I'm Jeff, world-class barber. Davis at Astute Gentleman, 14223 Inwood Road. And this has been Date Affirm the Real.
Yes, sir.
And we out.
Yeah.
We out. We out.
No, yeah, go ahead and make it digs. Wait a minute. How they say, how the old men say now? Already. Good, Diggs.
No, Sam, I'm on the same deal as Jeff. You know, I mean, really, we're talking relationships, you're talking love. If you're really in love, you're not trying to define it. It's already defined for you. You want to do it. Like we discussed earlier, it's a sixth sense. It's just there. You have to do it. You have to listen. You have to speak. You have to, you have to smell. You got to go through all your senses. Love is one of them. So, on that note, one love.
Mr. Cowboy OG, let's come slide over here just a little bit. Tell everybody who you are. And, see
Let me get cool.
Right there. You good, Ray? Right there.
Hey, my name is D. Rich. I have a reality show. It's called Western GQ. I'm a proud, barber here working with Jeff at the Stoop Cigar and Barber Lounge. It's a great atmosphere. I love the brotherhood. This is one of many events that we do have. It's always going on, always something special every single day. So I keep telling you guys, come check out the shop, man. It's more than just haircuts. You know, we got two of the best barbers in town. We have over 80 years of experience. And just being here with these brothers today, man, has been very, very special. I'm going to get out of my man way, make sure we see him. Everybody was on the panel. They sounded great. They sounded like wise counsel. You can talk to any one of these guys, and they were on point, man, with their answers and their experience. So, hey, now come on to the shop. Jeff, give me the address one more time.
14223 Inwood Road, Farmers Branch, Texas, 75244.
Hey, be here. Hey, it's Western GP for the passion and a whole lot of fashion.
All right. I know you came late, but come on, man. You said that one. Wise.
All right. I'm Marlon. Glad to be here. I think this is a great platform. I've been coming here going on a little bit over a year and a few months. Jeff has been, he's provided a pretty good atmosphere for men to come together. I think that as men, we also got to continue to pour into our young men, but I think we also got to extend that, because we got to remember as men, we still got to be fathers to girls and daughters. Mm-hmm. And we have to teach them what to look for in a man, right? And then I'll say this, and I'm closing. We talk about love. Biblically, it's God said a man should love his wife as Christ loved the church, and the woman should honor and respect her husband. Know what biblically doesn't say a woman should love her husband, because the man's love covers her and it's assumed everything flows upward. So guys, I love this platform. I would love if we could get something together. We all have responsibility to bring a teenager in here or a young man in here and let them listen to some of this wisdom and this experience, because that's what it's about. So a mentor is hand that baton off.
My co-host Don, talk to me.
This is Don, aka Mr. Junior Lilly. I do enjoy this platform. I do enjoy coming here because I've been put on game one-on-one. And what you want out of life, you have to put into it. So if you want love, you want real love, you want genuine, you have to let it come from the heart, like my man Jeff said. Otherwise, you're going to be cutting yourself short. So with that being said, I'm out. Marcus.
Tonight was a great episode. I like the mentorship aspect. If you ever need for us to come out with any kind of mentor talking, you just throw this back signal. If you need a woman, you can get some for ladies or younger ladies. I got women who will come out there and will do that shit in the heart like that for you. This is so next week. The ladies. Yeah, I don't know if they got in store. You know they coming with it. They come hard. Check us out on YouTube. Date, Affirm the Real. Subscribe, like,
And respond.
If you got some topics, shoot us in the comments. We'll take it up. I'm Marcus, and we out.
Yeah.